Hello and welcome to Untwisted Threads. This is Kelbourne Woolens Scout. This 100% wool yarn features 40 colors. The colorway that we chose is 245 Hazelnut Heather. This 100 gram skein with 250 meters or 274 yards works up as a 2-ply DK weight yarn. The suggested gauge on a US 5 to 7 or 3 3/4 to 4.5 millimeter needle size is 20 to 22 stitches per 4 inches or 10 centimeters. For our swatch, I'll be using a 4.5 millimeter needle size. In today's video, we're going to review and score Kelbourne Woolens Scout using our 5 categories, which are availability, softness, traction, durability, and cost, to help you decide if this is the best yarn for you in your next project. Stay tuned until the end for a few pattern recommendations as well. Would you like to see how all of our yarns compare to one another or enter to win our monthly giveaway? Join our free newsletter linked in the description box below. Let's get started. For availability, we give Scout a score of 2.5 out of 5. Kelbourne Woolens began in 2008 by 2 friends in Pennsylvania. It started solely as a yarn distribution company, but in 2017, their brand shifted into selling their own line of yarns, including Scout. Currently, you can find it only at local yarn shops that we know of, but you still have a few purchasing options online. For softness, we give it a score of 4.1 out of 5. My first reaction to this beautiful heathered 2-ply yarn is that it was a little dry, but I didn't think it would be too rustic. At first, it wasn't too bad, but I can confirm that over time it did feel more rustic and irritating, and I would probably need a break. However, its beautifully rustic look and feel transformed after blocking. It very noticeably got softer. For a comparison, it is softer than Knitting for Olive Pure Silk and not quite as soft as Santa's Garn Double Sunday. I'd say it's pretty comparable to one of our top favorite yarns, West Yorkshire Spinners Blueface Leicester. For a micron count or softness scale rating, we'd give it around a 23, so not quite your typical merino softness wise, but still far softer than the average Peruvian Highland wool. Kelbourne Woolens doesn't say specifically what type of wool it is, but it explains that it is a cross between a merino and a Corriedale and made in Peru. We're almost certain it is a Peruvian Highland wool, but it could also be a Cormo, which their wool is known for being soft, luxurious, and expensive. So we can't give a proper explanation for the wool in this yarn, but in general, wool is breathable and can help regulate a body's temperature when being worn. For traction, we give it a score of 4.5 out of 5. Typically, when a yarn has a looser ply like this one, it splits and is difficult to work with, but we didn't find that to be the case with this yarn. Keeping it from having a perfect score is that slight rustic irritation on my sensitive skin when knitting. On another note, this yarn felt very lightweight, and that made knitting it quicker even with the friction on my sensitive skin. For durability, we give it a score of 4.5 out of 5. Although it doesn't say what type of wool it is, we imagine it's a very common Peruvian Highland wool. The qualities of Peruvian Highland wool allow yarn to have more strength and make it hardier than, for example, a soft merino yarn. Because this one is not superwash treated, you will need to hand wash your garment made with this yarn. And when it came to the stress test, you'll be happy to hear that there was only a very small amount of fiber collection when feeling the swatch with my hand, so caring for your garments with this yarn should be fairly minimal. For cost, we give it a score of 3.3 out of 5. For being a 100 gram skein, you can expect to pay $18 US per skein. That breaks down to about 6 cents per yard, meaning a size medium sweater would cost approximately $90. Overall, we give Kelbourne Woolens Scout a score of 3.78 out of 5. I was happily surprised with this yarn. At first, its rustic qualities disappointed me since it was a little irritating to knit with, but the swatch after blocking blew me away. This is a yarn I would probably be okay with slow knitting with, just for the after blocked garment result. So we had a little look on Ravelry and wanted to share a few pattern recommendations with you, hopefully to inspire you if you're wanting to use this yarn for a project of your own. The first pattern is the Aspyn sweater by Stitching Simply. It comes in 9 sizes with finished bust measurements ranging from 36 to 68 inches and recommends 5 to 10 inches of positive ease. It suggests using a rustic DK weight yarn with a US 4 and 6 or 3.5 and 4 millimeter needle size to meet gauge. It is a DK weight sweater featuring a 2x1 rib, different types of cables, and a moss stitch. It features a drop shoulder and an oversized fit. It is worked from the bottom up, then split for sleeves, and the back and front are knitted flat. The shoulders are attached with a 3 needle bind off. Stitches are picked up for the collar and armholes for each sleeve or ribbing to make a slip over. The next pattern is the Clay Sweater by Ozetta. It comes in 10 sizes with finished bust measurements ranging from 39 to 71 inches and recommends 10 or 11 inches of positive ease. It suggests using a US 7 and 8 or 4.5 and 5 millimeter needle size to meet gauge. It is worked from the top down and does not require additional finishing. It features a boxy fit, drop shoulder with a pearl bump stripe design. The last pattern is the Lanark Sweater by Rebecca Clow. It comes in 10 sizes with finished bust measurements ranging from 35 to 71.25 inches and recommends 4 to 6 inches of positive ease. It suggests using a US 4 or 3.5 millimeter needle size to meet gauge. It is an oversized drop shoulder sweater knit in half fisherman's rib and finished with a sewn-in zipper. The sweater is worked top down, first flat and then in the round. She has also updated the pattern and includes a video for the construction of the trickier portions of the sweater. Have you used Kelbourne Woolens Scout yarn before? What yarn would you like for us to do a review on next? We would love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's review, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.